Welcome back. We are exploring the world of Vivy, protecting the future, but right now, the life of Ophelia, stopping what appeared to be self-termination, but might be a little bit extra under the hood there. When you've got a partner like Antonio, maybe Matsumoto's not so bad. Could always be worse. But is anything going to be stopped? Is the day going to be saved? Are we going to be left further into despair? We're going to have to find out. And Vivy... Antonio. But Vivy being abducted, tased, and the like... having the alternate personalities there inside her. When she has a bit of an awakening, drawn back into her persona of Vivy, what is going to happen there? Also, so many that she's met along the way of her grand dream of performing on the big stage. Just with... like 4 episodes kind of thing. Well, not even that. I need to check, actually. What there will be in the... what the future holds. How dangerous all of it is. And for the sake of his mission, he will override any and all. And the best way to support her is to do it himself. And what he saw as being this foolish clutches of evil, fallacious reasoning. Oh, he can control both. Oh, he's not the only one with remote control. Matsumoto's been doing quite a bit of that, hasn't he? Oh. We just need to waken the other side. So this... piano student doesn't belong in this era. This piano student, a bit of an android himself. Well, tossed into the scrap heap. I think... Well, so if they didn't... I mean, isn't showing his dignity there, showing what he managed to protect in the final moments, isn't that, in of itself, like, a good thing? How is it not giving him dignity? Just when there was going to be some extra conversation there, some Cuban man back and forth there. Oh. We have an infinitesimal amount of cubes. And the rapid expansion of gas there, thanks to this filling of the room. That's going to draw a few eyes, a bit of attention over there, isn't it? So Matsumoto is a little preoccupied with his battle outside. Oh. We're inside the mainframe. I like the idea of look, there's the real world battle and then the programmed one they're fighting through as well in like augmented reality. And if Matsumoto was sent backwards in time to help protect the future, what's to stop anyone else also having that information, to say the least, but also the same kind of mission? His... a little overzealous, one may say. Jesus. For him to go to that extent... Combat program! That was neat. Little camera push in. And yet, the other side there, don't push into human matters. Well, at this point, they're so interwoven. So it's amusing that he's saying that to her, yet further on down the line, how much it matters to humanity that she intervenes. Then, how can she possibly make him smile? There we go. Now that they've caught up a little, the battle up top might be not going well, but thankfully Matsumoto has his partner with him. Okay. Rewrite the trouble. The real mission. And he tried to play it off as though there was, nah, I can do this without you. They make like a good team together. You've got to love the simultaneous, like, low effort in the Matsumoto cubes, while also the ingenuity of it. I did not expect the, like, Sakuga combat battle anime, like, animation. I mean, we saw bits of it before, but that was fluid as hell. Also, the slowdowns to give you a bit of a break in the action emphasize certain parts. Also, you can tell that they actually choreographed and filmed real people doing this and then made the animation of that. Call her out now! That's a good way of suppressing the blast, I guess. So to draw out the best of what she was capable of, he had to remove her, do it himself. Oh, that's spreading a lot quicker than it did on him. Ah, so is that the crux of the matter? We're just getting into pure, just simple jealousy. And if I actually have a proper answer of what the different flashes and colours represent there, I think on a second little watch, understanding properly what is being expressed or understood. And having this two stories coincide in parallel next to each other. What he truly wanted. Ah. she wasn't completely gone. How traumatic. And that was some deep strings in the OST. But how's the stories and the papers and the records of this going to spin what's going on now? Revelation from the heavens. Well, you are being a bit little cryptic, to say the least, but we're still getting to know so much more. I mean, maybe subroutines getting to understand what was going on, yes, suffered, but actual receptors and the like. That is the issue of existence. Even the best laid intentions could be warped. Unintentional outcomes. People were being sacrificed. I see. So we would be saying goodbye to this upbeat, bubbly version of Diva. I guess that she's earned this. Well, write them down and go over it later. Oh. Starting off strong. And I guess because we're getting a performance from Diva, not Vivy, we're inside her headroom, discovering the true self. The locked door that you never wanted to open. I mean, proper singing, the ones that you can really resonate with, has so many emotions interwoven with it. It's more than just the song or the lyrics themselves, but the experience of the one singing. I wish I could have a own personal inner voice giving me a pep talk, go ahead, the future's going to be okay. Is she going to find an answer to her question there? I don't think we're going to ever get a representation quite like this. Personal revelation. How long is she going to stay closed off to herself? It's so quiet. What seemed so obvious to some may not be quite so clear. So Vivy will now carry on while not knowing truly what the other learned. There are always going to be questions throughout life that we struggle with, even if it could be so glaringly simple. The way that the story is told in Vivy, where we've kind of got a series of mostly unconnected plot points and stories, with just a overarching goal throughout the end of it, but I'm not entirely sure how it's connected to achieving what they want. But also knowing that each time that there's a minor victory, completing the mission, there are so many caveats that was what was achieved fully worth it? Was there alternatives that could have been presented here? And how in the future does it create that outcome when they can all laugh and sing together? And with so many that hold these missions, with AI being programmed in a way where they are tantamount to being the one true reason for existence. Make people smile through singing. When you hold this goal so closely, when you have people like Antonio that go a little bit overboard or get their ideals are slightly warped, then, well, you get the outcomes that we saw here. So far, when we have got those moments, they do pay off But with, this day 40 years in the future... Wait, excuse me? If it's so easy to send things backwards through time, we can have as many do-overs as we want. And seeing the last performance of Diva, knowing that her existence was timely up, passing on the knowledge that she had managed to glean in the few years that she had been around, and then in the past few days that she's met Matsumoto. The way that everything has been passed on, or not so passed on, still being slightly cryptic. No one can just give us straight answers to dates, places, where, when, motives, reasons. But I'm pleasantly surprised each time, because Vivy, while having a story which is slightly... Well, it's not really obtuse, it's just my understanding of it. But it's not the normal kind of narrative route that most stories go through. And it's intermixed with pretty fucking nice little cutscenes and stills, the up close beautification of the AIs, the soundtrack, the music, and for some reason, really overboard fight sequences that last a few minutes. Now, what the hell is the budget on this show? But I think this is an experience that I'm always going to kind of think back to now and again. I wouldn't have it any other way. If Vivy is going to leave a lasting impression on you, let me know. And if you enjoyed this episode, consider leaving a like on the video. If you want to see more, subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate it. I just want to have everyone there smiling. If you believe me or not, just make sure I see you in the next one. My patrons are like those inner voices that try to keep me safe, keep me sane, give me the words of advice when I need it. However, I truly would be nothing should they all vanish. If you want to make sure that doesn't happen, consider joining onto my Patreon as well. Because alongside Noku, Raywin, Sal, Arthea, Kite, Shiwan, Mats, Gurley, Cardboard, Croyville, Levi GR, Scott Raymond, Megu42, Dark Shadow 7899, Jim Ace, Adam Horvath, Moaha, Finez Kid, Yellow Dragon 123 and everyone else, we may have enough people for a good concert.